Lorenzo called out to me, "Saren, you've yet to eat, right?" He turned the television on, and the news was on. There was a missing persons broadcast. Sarah Janessa Akia Cross, age 21, gray eyes, golden brown hair, pale skin, 5 feet and 121 pounds. Usually, when a kidnapper has a person, they send out a letter. They also panic when the police gets involved. Lorenzo was calm, as calm as he was when I laid my head on his heart. So I asked, "Do you have a ransom note for me?" Lorenzo began hysterically laughing, and then he looked at me with a straight face and said, "I'm not a criminal. You can leave whenever you're ready to. I locked these doors to protect you, not to contain you." Handing me a box, he told me to get dressed. I opened it, and inside was a short gray dress, a long-sleeve sundress with a built-in belt in the tummy area. He stated, "I know it's late, but happy birthday." I had to ask, "What happened to me last night?" Lorenzo told me, "For starters, you're not the woman I met last night, and I'm happy for that. But you got your drink spiked twice. 4 guys tried to take you against your will. Myself and one of my friends fought to get you safe. However, he broke his nose and a couple of other things, so I brought you home with me. I didn't know what to think, and one night, I got drunk and practically dragged out of my own skin. I was almost raped. All of this in one night." I began to get dressed as he left the room. I emerged from the room. Lorenzo gawked at me. As he walked towards me, I began panicking. However, I stayed as still as possible. He kneeled down on one knee. I thought to myself, this was way too fast. However, he was just fixing my shoes. He looked up and he said, "You cannot deny me dinner." I suppose it shouldn't be a problem. After all, he did save my life. He began questioning me, where would I like to go? I really don't want to go anywhere that I will be recognized. I told him that I was craving fish. So he suggested Captain D's. I asked myself, what is a Captain D's? The confusion I had must have turned into a messed up expression on my face, because he asked me, "What's wrong with Captain D's?" I stuttered, "Nothing." He grabbed my arm and pulled me close, then began sniffing my hair. I asked, "Is something wrong with my hair?" He said no. He then turned away as if he was hiding something from me and swiftly said, "Let's go." Almost yanking me out the door, Lorenzo walked us to the car, and I stood by the passenger door. He asked, "Are you going to get in?" I politely stated, "A lady should never open her own door." when the mail is present. He got out of the car and opened my door. Then he apologized to me, saying I forgot whose presence I was in. My apologies. He looked at me with much interest, as though he was going to pounce on me. He closed my door and got in the car. Shuffling around to look for his keys, he forgot that he already put them in the ignition. Once he realized, he started the car. He looked at me with such weird expressions. Then he brushed my hair out of my face. And then he leaned in as if he was going to kiss me. Things were happening too fast. My brain was not able to keep up with the reactions that my body was willing to give, so I slapped him. Never in my life have I slapped someone with my bare hand, after this man has taken such good care of me that my action was most inappropriate. I prepared to apologize, though before I could, he did. He told me that he was preceding me too quickly, but a lady of my stature should be treated with the utmost respect. The engine in his car was so powerful, I fell asleep. The engine was no different than riding on a motorcycle. In all my years, I've never seen an engine emerge from the inside of a car hood. The car was an update of its original form. It was a 1969 Dodge Charger. When we arrived at the restaurant, I took a second gander at the car, inside and out. And then he approached me, telling me that this is his baby. And she goes fast. I thought to myself as we approached the store, I'm now beginning to become accustomed to places that do not have valets. I have no idea what he was thinking, but he looked at me as though he wanted to drag me under a rug. I hope I did not upset him. I remember coming to a place like this when I was younger. We went up to the counter and I looked at the menu that was posted over the workers' heads behind it. Lorenzo asked me what I wanted to eat. Unfortunately, the only thing that I recollect on that menu was catfish. Lorenzo then asked again, "What do you want to eat?" I replied, "What is a hush puppy?" Lorenzo's eyes widened with excitement, I guess, because I didn't know what it was. Embarrassed, I waved my hand in the air. As I walked away, I told him, "Just order something for me." I didn't care what it was. When he approached the table, he had so much food on his tray. I thought to myself, I can't eat all this. I believe I probably said it in a whisper. Lorenzo gave a small chuckle. He said, "This is for both of us." I tried a little bit of everything. However, it was this wet little salad with carrots and lettuce and some type of cream on it. He told me it was slaw. I guess that's why they call it that, because I feel that is disgusting. It was horrid. Lorenzo began to try to make small talk. So he asked me, "So you're a $1 million baby?" I said, "I guess." Looking him in his light brown eyes with his $1 million smile, I blushed. Lorenzo asked me, "Are you alright?" I got up and I ran out the store. And just as I did, my mother called my phone. She was crying. "Where are you, love?" I pulled my phone away from my ear due to all the screaming in the background. When everything finally stopped, I answered all of Mother's questions. "Mother, I'm okay. No one has me hostage. I just needed some time away from home to learn more of myself. Everything will be fine." "And Mom?" I quoted. "Is still around you? Is she alright?" Mom said she's okay, and she passed Jennifer the phone. Jen! Wine! Are you okay? Who was that guy at the club with you the other night?" Mother immediately took the phone. "You were the guy?" She said. "Yes, Mother," I replied. She asked, "What does he look like? Is he nice? Does he talk about marriage?" Annoyed, I screamed, "Mother, stop!" Mother replied, "I'm sorry, but you never showed any interest in anyone. Your father will be turning over in his grave." I know I've had enough. I could not talk about father with Mother, so I hung up the phone and I began to walk towards the building after taking a deep breath. Now I know I've been on the phone too long. My screen was warm. As I made it to the door of the restaurant, I noticed a helicopter hovering over me. A bright light shined down, as if heaven was calling me. Lorenzo ran outside, calling to me, "What is going on?" I looked up, placing my hand over my eyes as if they were a sun visor. "I don't know," I said. A voice then echoed, "Miss Cross, stay where you are." I knew that phone call was not just to check on me. Mother was tracking my phone. I should have been smarter to realize that was going on. A group of guards surrounded us, and I must have been screaming at the top of my lungs. "I am not going home yet. You can't make me," I screamed. One of the guards grabbed me violently, turning me around, only for another to spray me in the face. It didn't burn, so I know it was a miss. I shouted in a loud outburst, "How dare you!" I began to chew them out. I felt weak. My legs felt heavy. My head started hurting. The world started spinning. Then all of a sudden, everything went black. This has been Hidden Hunger, Chapter 3, What Happened to Me. I'm Little Yuki, and if you like this kind of content, which I know you do, don't be afraid to dominate the like button, share it with your friends, torture that subscribe button, tease that bell, voice your comments, and never forget, Daddy loves you.